the New York Knicks have a lot of issues. Shout out to the Pacers. Pacers played very disciplined. Carlisle got them boys right. Miles Turner being in trade rumors for what seems like the last 6 of his 10 years in Indiana. I'm pretty sure Miles Turner played against Tim Duncan at least once. And I just shout out to him. Halliburton is a demon. That team has depth, and that team has a lot of heart. That team has a lot of discipline, and they have a focus to one goal. Shout out to them. The Knicks, and I always say this, what you allow throughout the regular season will be a glaring issue in the postseason. Defense, 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 not knowing how to close games. Don't let these 20-point comebacks fool you. Not knowing how to close games properly has haunted them. The defensive breakdown of the New York Knicks is so confusing. It's so confusing. They just pick and choose what game they want to play actual defense on. There was times where, like, Halliburton went coast. You can't let Halliburton go coast to coast. You had the formula. Game 1, despite the loss, game 1, game 5, where you knew what you were doing. You knew what you had to do to win defensively, and it started with defense. You have a lot of players that are really good on transitional buckets, or at least I would think. There's times in this series, especially in this game, where the Knicks steal the ball, have a breakaway, and they don't know how to score. They don't know how to get a layup. They don't know how to dunk. The trail man, for whatever reason, overruns or is in terrible position for the breakaway player, and then they just turn the ball over. And then there's there's at least 3 other players on the side. No one wants to go and lay the ball up, and then it's terrible. Then you have Mitchell Robinson, which, don't be wrong, rebounding machine and monster, defensively a really good anchor. He would have times where he just was in between, and his defensive assignments was just trash. There was times where he would have really weird ass fouls. That's another story of this team I'll get to in a second. And then Hacker Robinson, the dude cannot make a free throw. He can't make a free throw. And that's just, there's nothing he should be working on this offseason besides making a fucking free throw. I'm being very serious. If you can at least make 1 out of 2 every other hack, they're not going to be able to do it. Because even when they do it, it's so, because the defense is so bad, not for him per se, but like the team defense is so bad that teams, when they do Hacker Robinson, can go on a 6-0 run off that shit. Because he scores no points. It's horrendous. Karl-Anthony Towns looks lost on defense. I take that back, because lost on defense is something you can fix. He seems disinterested on defense. He seems completely disengaged. And those reports coming out about how the Knicks teammates felt about that, that's not confirmed yet, and it probably never will be. So I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about what I'm seeing, what the world is seeing with these nationally televised games. He doesn't communicate. He seems so panicked on defense. He looks like he's just wasting energy on defense because he doesn't know what he's doing. It's like he doesn't know how to. He just seems like he doesn't know what he's doing. And because there's the communication on this Knicks squad defensively defensively seems broken. Jalen Brunson cannot help but turn over the ball every other possession. Every other possession, he can't turn. Mikal Bridges turned the ball over 5 times. I think Mikal and Brunson had 10 turnovers combined. The Pacers scored 22 points off turnovers at one point. I don't know that was a whole game, but I know at one point it was 22 points off turnovers. That's insane. There's so many issues with the Knicks that I don't know how they fix it. One thing I'm telling you right now, Thibodeau, Josh Hart, and Karl-Anthony Towns cannot be on the New York Knicks next season. They can't. Cat's contract is probably nasty next season. And Josh Hart's problem was really glaring this season. Everyone's tired on that team. That's it is what it is because you're on Tibbs' team. Exhausted. And doing it season after season is definitely wearing on some of these players, especially Josh Hart. Because Josh Hart's game is hustle and grit. And when he's not doing that, he is doing cardio and completely harming it. He's just taking up a spot on the court. It's 4v5 when Josh Hart is on the court this series. He's not doing a damn thing. It sounds harsh, but that's the truth. The dude was bricking the air ball in threes. He was slipping and sliding over the place like it's a water park. Game 1 and 2. All right. In transition, on breakaways, he's missing layups. The only thing I'll give this brother credit for is that he knows how to hit his damn free throws. And I wholeheartedly believe if OG Anunoby, game 1, who wanted no part of shooting those free throws late, just did the extra pass to Josh Hart, they would have won game 1. It would have not went in overtime. None. That would have been sealed. That's how much I believe Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson hitting free throws. But to hit free throws, you need to get fouled. And Josh Hart seemed very disinterested this whole series finishing any type of layup, any type of dunk. Every time he would go and work his way into the paint, he would immediately stop his dribble, look around, hold the ball, and make a dumbass pass. It didn't make any sense. He would have the matchup advantage, still do the same thing. It did not matter. He wanted no part of any physicality, it looked like. I just don't understand that. I really don't. I don't know if he was hurt or if he's that tired. Either way, if he's going to play like that, you can't have him. But Cameron Payne played the most horrid minutes I've ever seen someone off the bench play. He was unplayable. There was times this series where the Pacers defense was so suffocating. I want to give a shout out to them. I'm giving them their respect. Their defense was so suffocating. Jalen Brunson was unplayable in some games. Karl-Anthony Towns, like Anthony Edwards said last season and the season before that, stop fouling. Bro, stop fouling. Karl-Anthony Towns fouls so much. He has zero defensive discipline. He has no IQ, basketball IQ, defensively. Offensively, doesn't cover for what he does defensively because it's bad. Yes, he had that game where he had 20 points in the fourth quarter. Guess what he had at the end of the game? 24 points, which means for 3 quarters, he only had 4 points. If he didn't have that explosion they lost, he would have ended the game with a playoff game with 4 points. Like I don't know, bruh. He earns and he's about to earn too much money to play that shitty. And if I'm a team that's a contender, how do I get Karl-Anthony Towns on my team? He's too much money and a complete defensive liability. It's going to be one of those situations like DeAndre Ayton, in which Karl-Anthony Towns is a tremendously better player, but DA's like the money you're gonna make is ridiculous. We can't and not too much for the pay. You're gonna go to Portland, like you know what I'm saying. There's a world out there where Karl-Anthony Towns is on the move again because that contract is just too hideous. Josh Hart has done amazing things for New York, and he really resembles what it's like to be a New York Knick. But we can't have you doing this. We can't have you just be a player that's just taking up space on the court. You have a lot of value. You do a lot of great things. But right now, we can't. The Knicks cannot get to that next level, meaning be in the finals or back even in the Eastern Conference Finals if they're dependent on Jalen Brunson being the only one who can score. Especially if you get rid of Karl-Anthony Towns. Josh Hart cannot consistently score, and he's starting to be a defense. He's starting to do weird things on defense, and on offense, he's just stalling. The ball stops with him, and he doesn't want to take advantage of any mismatches. He doesn't. He's just disinterested in playing any type of offense, and that could be many reasons. But I don't care. I'm telling you, the Knicks did a really terrible. Julius Randle, I can understand. They really missed Dante. Because Dante on that Knicks team was instant offense and a really good defender. He was, I don't want to call him a 3 and D because he's more than that, but he was an offensive and defensive player that was really crucial into them looking really good. Like I'm telling you, I really wish OG Anunoby didn't get injured last season because I really think that Knicks team, not that it's better than this team, but that Knicks team had the right amount of, in my opinion, offensive and defensive firepower to really do something special. I do think OG overall played better this season, especially in the postseason because he was healthy. But there are times where OG is butterfingers. It feels like he's scared to be put in certain situations, like the free throw line late. And just like the Warriors, the same problem. You need dogs on your team that are not scared to go get fouled potentially. They're not scared of traps. This postseason, not just the Knicks, a lot of teams have players who are terrified of the free throw line, who are terrified to get trapped. And when they get trapped, they just completely lose every ability to play the game of basketball. But part of all this is that the Pacers are a very great squad that is disciplined. Tibbs does not have this team disciplined. This team is really good, but I feel like under another year or two of Tibbs, this team is going to be really broken down and pissed off. There's going to be mutiny. I think you congratulate Tibbs on what he's done so far and what he's done for this team in the city. Part ways and go get yourself Taylor Jenkins. Go get yourself. There's so many quality coaches into this new cycle coming up that can really, like, the Knicks have a good squad. Like, this is the best squad the New York Knicks have had since the last time went to the Eastern Conference Finals. And I think this is a better squad than that. And the potential of this squad should not be wasted. Even if you lose a couple players here and there, the nucleus of this team is pretty damn good. And I just don't like what they're doing. And actually, for Cameron Payne also needs to get the fuck off the New York Knicks. I actually like, I forgot, Landry Shamet. I actually really like him as a bench player. Obviously, Deuce McBride. I think he needs to have a bigger role in the starting rotation because he just offers so much. He offers another scoring option, and maybe he's better on the bench, coming off the bench. But the way Josh Hart was playing, Deuce McBride should have started. There's just Josh Hart just wasn't giving anything. A single. I don't even want to watch the next Roommates podcast because I don't even want to hear what the fuck he has to say. I'm really disappointed. I'm thoroughly disappointed in the effort that they played tonight because it was just so fucking terrible. They knew the Pacers were going to come out high energy. You knew Caitlin Clark and them girls were going to be in the building. You knew what this was about, and you brought no type of discipline and where you left all of that in New York. All of it. And it's very disappointing and very horrible. I don't even know, because you have no first round picks. I don't even know what the New York Knicks, who they need. I didn't even think it's late. I watched the game at the bar. I don't even know where to begin. I'm going to do a separate video for that of what the Knicks could do in the offseason or what they need to do in the offseason. But one of them is to get to, I'm telling you, part ways with Tibbs. He did amazing. He made the New York Knicks relevant again when it really was about to look like the Brooklyn Nets were, it's a whole thing. But my God, bro. The Knicks need to look like they're close, but they really have to retool and be very smart. They're one off season away from being a finals team, but also being right back to being a really shitty team. I don't know. Pacers, OKC, we have time. so I can actually make like a preview video, see what I want to do with that, see the matchups, do stuff like that. But I mean, Tyrese Halliburton, dog. Pascal Siakam, the African Beyblade, dog. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Tell me your thoughts. See you on the next one. Peace.